Ooh, okay. Hello. So sorry that this is a day later than I wanted it to be. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. I came home, I got on live and started talking on TikTok, and we ended up, it was like me and like 8 or 9 people on live for like 5 hours. We couldn't stop. So this is late and I feel bad, but we're gonna get into it. So I'm very excited to just hop right in. But I will have a new video tomorrow. It is already recorded and ready to go. So this is just for Wednesday to make up I feel bad. And from now on, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that I record and upload. So just jump right in.
How often have you talked about killing someone?
Oh, Lord.
No, seriously.
This is 30-year-old Victoria Worth being questioned about her husband's death.
Okay, that's... what the fuck? Look at this room. Already, so many things. There's... how many pillows and squishmallows and stuff are on this bed? And then just the clothes. You know that these are the clothes that they're like, I only wore it once, it might still be clean enough to wear again. And I only know that because I do that. I don't do it to this level. Maybe it's like a t-shirt or two, but yeah, okay. In the gun. That thing's huge. Okay, anyway. Moving on. I'm gonna not look at the feet. I'm just gonna choose not to notice the shoes on the clothes, okay? We're just not gonna notice that.
Months earlier, she had begun planning her husband Shane's murder, determined to make it look like a... That was until Shane's final words turned the investigation upside down.
Shane, can you hear me?
I didn't do it.
Okay, everything will be all right.
Victoria believed she had orchestrated the perfect murder, securing her husband's house, car, and fortune. But eventually, her arrogance would not only seal her fate, but also bring down the people around her.
Her fortune? Fortune? Did you see where they live? Fortune? Anyway. It's not funny. I'm not laughing. His fortune. Okay. Yeah, well, it's like a fortune of Mountain Dew, and wall, like that first room, they had pictures taped to the wall like it was like a fucking serial killer's lair. Fortune? Anyway. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's not that funny. It's just I've known so many people like this that it is a little funny.
Some days I just wish you would get in an accident, die or something. There's a lot of things that could be done to make it look like it's...
This is the time to tell the truth.
I am. This wasn't planned. This wasn't supposed to happen.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
At around 2:30 a.m. on September 26th, police in Minersville, Utah received a call from a resident who reported hearing a gunshot inside his garage. Corporal Cox quickly rushed to the scene, unaware that he was stepping into a carefully staged murder.
Hello!
Sweet baby Jesus, what the hell? Do they live in a landfill? Also, why is there a fucking four-wheeler right here? What is this? Okay. Oh my gosh. Is this what are these? Is this like a garage or something? Still though, what the hell is all this? Did they tear down another house and just put it in their garage? What? This is a recliner. It's just covered in junk. And then this fridge is fine. Oh my God. There's a guy.
Beaver 6, go ahead and send medical in. We're in the garage. All right, man, I got some help coming for you. Got one maybe through and through braid.
Okay.
Through the chest, so we're gonna have to expedite some things here.
One through and through in the chest.
This is Shane Davis. He's still alive, but drifting in and out of consciousness. But before EMS could get him to the hospital, Shane managed to mumble something, a crucial detail that would become the first major clue in uncovering everything.
Okay. It's getting heavy. So let's just take a minute, breathe, hydrate. I'm drinking a giant thing of aloe because I had to stop drinking caffeine. Okay, here we go.
Looks like he's walked out to here. Just keep talking to us, Shane. You'll be good.
Shane, my name's Christine. I'm with the ambulance. If things go quiet, just keep going.
We're just gonna roll you back, Shane, okay? Okay. He said he did not do it to himself.
With Shane insisting he didn't shoot himself, detectives began to consider that this was not a self-inflicted act, but attempted murder. The officer counted 6 people in the house. While they were still seen as witnesses, their strange behavior and absence of a gun would soon raise suspicion.
Yeah, that would raise a lot of suspicion. I feel like I've been talking a lot. We're so early on in the video, but it's like, okay, if the victim told you, hey, I didn't do this, I would believe them over these 6 other people in the house, and yet no one knew what he was doing. No one was there. How many shots were there? Because they said they've got one through and through to the chest. Was it just one? And how would he... I guess theoretically you could do it. It seems like it would be hard, and you would probably still have the firearm like in your hand or something. But for him to say, I didn't do it, and then they're like, hey, we can't find the gun. Okay.
There's about 6 people in the house. You guys know Shane to own a pistol?
He does own a pistol.
Okay.
It's in my room with him. I'm married to him.
I don't see one out here anywhere, so I'm wondering where it's at. Nobody's seen a gun or anything like that. He's got a gunshot wound to his chest.
As Shane fights for his life on the way to the hospital,
This right here, that is, those are like jawbones, and that's teeth. So he's just got a box of animal bones right here. Great. This is a weird house.
detectives turn their attention to his wife, Victoria Worth. What officers don't realize is that Victoria's mind is fixed on a dark thought. If Shane dies, she would inherit his house, car, and fortune. With this twisted fantasy in mind, Victoria would go on to unwittingly reveal just how much she despised Shane.
Is he gonna be okay?
I'll tell you later. That's all I can say. Was Shane arguing with anybody tonight?
Just a little bit with me over a stupid comment.
Yeah.
He's been drinking nonstop. He was driving. I told him to come home. He needed to stop it. That is a fight that has come out quite a bit between the two of us, is drunk driving because of his ticket last time, which scares me.
Okay, he was drunk driving. You got in a fight. He came home and tried to take himself out. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing that would escalate. Unless he was drunk driving because he's, I don't know. wanting to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see that happening, though. I don't see that happening. Does that make me a bad person? Maybe. Maybe.
I have a 2-year-old daughter in the home, and the only comment I had made that if he entered the home that I would protect at any cost necessary for my daughter's sake.
Sure.
Victoria claims that she and Shane got into a heated argument earlier that day. She also brings up his bad habit of drinking and driving, almost as if to shift blame, although no.
I mean, just to be fair, drinking and driving didn't shoot him, okay? It didn't shoot him. Drinking and driving is unfortunate. I can't believe he was doing that. That's so awful. Especially after he's been caught for it before. But that didn't shoot him. Let's just be fucking clear. Now, her saying she would protect her home at any cost, then that means that she would have done it. But then why is he laying out there saying that he didn't try to do it himself? I have a lot of questions, and I'm just going to let them answer it, but I just want to pose them to you so you can think about them as well. Because I feel like when people want to make up these scenarios, they never think about anything actually. Like, if you say you got into a fight with the victim and you had to defend yourself, but you have no defensive wounds, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't say that he hit you in the head when he clearly didn't hit you in the head. You don't have a bump. There's nothing there. Like, seriously. It's like these people can't plan anything. It's like, why were you even pretending to do this when you clearly had no real thoughts or motive or anything going on? Dumb. So dumb.
No one has accused her of anything yet. But with 5 other friends still in the house, 5 more potential suspects entered the picture. But this is when Victoria starts throwing out even more bizarre theories, further deepening the officer's suspicion that this wasn't a self-inflicted death at all.
Guys, any reason for anybody to cause Shane any harm? Anybody that may be involved with this that we might want to look at?
I don't know. He's got his fair share of enemies. Some people have issues with him because of him getting physical with me a while back in the past. He had left. He was drunk. I told him bring his ass home because last time he went out drunk driving, he ended up in jail.
So, guys, did anybody see Shane with a gun? Did he make any comments about harming himself?
I don't know. He's been drinking, and when he gets drunk, he gets kind of dumb. When he gets to drinking, he doesn't always make the smartest decisions. He has been going through a lot lately.
Did anybody see Shane with the gun? Brandon, you discovered him?
I discovered him originally.
Notice how Victoria stays glued to her phone while answering the police, almost as if she's reading from a script. With each claim, she further damages Shane's reputation, portraying him as an abusive husband with many enemies. Corporal Cox is struck by the housemates' matching lack of reaction, completely unfazed by their friend being shot in the chest. But as the officers start analyzing the crime scene, they uncover a clue that turns the residents from witnesses into prime suspects.
There's blood all the way around to the corner. Yeah, look at this. Here. He's come out to this point. Or tried to enter to this point. I don't see anything past here, Kai.
What do they have to say? Anything? Did you talk to them?
Yeah, I talked to his wife. She says it was just him and her arguing. That he's been drinking all day.
A trail of blood led from the garage into the kitchen, suggesting Shane Davis was either moved after being shot or had tried to escape, casting serious doubt on Victoria's version of events.
I mean, just to be clear, if I came home after having a fight with my husband and I came into the kitchen and he shot me, I'm gonna try to escape as well. I'm just saying, I'm gonna try to escape immediately. So I can understand, but I wonder if, well, I mean, if he tried to escape, that would explain he probably got out there and collapsed if it was in the chest, because, I mean, there's so many vital things in the chest. There's the lungs, there's your heart, there's everything. So this... Ooh, this is creepy. Okay.
Pressed on, unaware that everyone but them knew who had shot Shane and why the gun was still missing.
Well, I don't know how well you guys know him, but he scares the living hell out of me. Since I do have a 2-year-old in my home, I will do whatever it takes in my power to protect my daughter at any cost necessary.
Now, you said Shane did have a pistol, from what you told me earlier.
He has a pistol. It's in my room. I can actually show it to you.
Yeah, just take me where and I'll look at it if you don't mind.
Yeah, we do have... He has his own gun, and I have a rifle.
Okay.
So they're both in here.
Is that the only 2 firearms in the house?
Yeah, his is right there.
Okay.
So that's his.
Set that right there.
And I have a rifle, which is...
Okay, we can leave it right there, that's fine. What caliber?
7mm 08.
They just leave them out there? Oh, the Crown Royal bottle. The Powerade. This is some kind of alcohol as well. So alcohol chaser, I'm assuming. So he's been drinking in this room. Who are all the people in their house? Okay, so sorry about that. Somebody called me. I had to take that. But let's just hop back in.
Neither of these have been fired. And these are supposedly the only 2 in the home. Maybe we may have a shooter somewhere.
Cox examined the rounds in each gun and concluded that none had been fired. With this revelation, the detectives returned to question the residents, unaware that Victoria was about to accidentally reveal a crucial piece of information pointing directly to the shooter.
Well, do me a favor, guys. Just everybody hang tight right here. I'm going to come back and get a statement from everybody. And
Well, I don't know where my other partner is. I have 2. I'm polyamorous. He's been gone for a while, though. Long beforehand.
Okay.
Oh. Of course. Of course. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is putting some things like in perspective. This is really putting things together now. Okay. Okay. Alright, he's been gone for a long time. Before this happened, of course, totally. Way before, definitely. No, I don't think so.
So he left earlier today and has been out and about for a while.
Okay. Yep, just hang tight right here, guys.
But just as the officers were about to leave, one of the residents revealed that Victoria's secret lover despised Shane and was seen leaving the house around the time of the shooting. He identified the man as Mike Miller, someone...
Jesus Christ. What is it? What is it with these videos lately? Where it's just like every time you see the suspect, it's just like a jump scare. What the hell? What kind of haircut is this? Also, these are the fullest eyebrows. He literally looks like a real life leprechaun. Like, this is what they look like when they take their little hat off. Is he the one that was looking for Shane's fortune? Is that him? The leprechaun was trying to steal his fortune, and is this guy? That's why he helped her get rid of him, so they could steal his fortune. Of course, the leprechaun wanted to steal it. I'm so sorry. This just happens so often lately. Like, oh my God. Roof. Okay. Let's get it together. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't make fun of people. But this guy is literally a murderer. Or person. I'm sorry. I don't know how they identify. But Mike Miller, whoever you are, I think you did it, bud. I think you did it. what's crazy is Shane looks better than this dude, for sure. And he hated him? Why? For that girl? Really? Okay. What did he want to be like her only lover? If I can't be the only one, I'll take out my competition. And your competition is Shane? He didn't seem like a lot of competition. I mean, he allowed you to have a relationship with his wife. And this is just... I have a lot of feelings about this. So we're just going to move on. But yeah, I think he did it. I think anybody with this haircut on purpose, just the zero to like this weird mushroom top thing, yeah, they're a murderer for sure.
Well known to police for his considerable criminal record. Finally, the police have a lead, marking the start of the hunt for their primary suspect. The officers were now on the lookout for Mike, a likely suspect in Shane's death, or at the very least, someone with answers. A few hours later, after searching the nearby area, one car's license plate matched 27-year-old Mike Miller. To their surprise, Mike was compliant when approached and even agreed to come to the station for questioning. But while the officers expected denials and deflection, he would tell police exactly what had gone down.
He proceeded to walk towards me and ended up going through the garage. I know she tried to keep him out of the house by keeping him pinned to the door. For a minute, she kind of kept him there, and then he got kind of pretty physical with her. He grabbed her wrist and he shoved her. And I told him, like, Shane, I will shoot you. You need to let her go. He wouldn't listen. I did what I did to protect him. I shot him.
Without any pushback from the detectives, Mike admitted point blank that he shot Shane. But there was a reason for his unusual honesty. He would soon claim it was all in self-defense.
She had me go tell him to shut the truck off, and I looked at him like, dude, I'm just telling you what I was told to tell you, because he does tend to at times get kind of physical when he's drinking. I wasn't going to just sit there and let him hurt the woman I love. I saw him as a threat to that household and to that child, and I did what I thought I had to do to protect him. I shot him. Pure self-defense and protection for that household.
Despite Mike's apparent honesty, the police know he isn't telling the whole story, although for now, they let him believe he's off the hook. But
yeah, that was very vague. And it doesn't address any of what anyone else has said about him, which is that he is just like a straight up murderer. But also, she tried to definitely cover for him, and he's 100% just like, I didn't do it. Or not like I didn't do it, like I didn't do it out of maliciousness. Also, he said that she had him pinned to the door and then he shot him. But the evidence is showing that he wasn't at a door, that he was in the kitchen, like fully in the kitchen. So he wasn't at the door outside by the stairs. He was inside in the kitchen. How did he get outside in the garage? Did you put him there? What happened? Because we're missing key parts of the evidence. That your story is just not explaining the evidence that they have currently.
before the officers can apply pressure, Mike introduces a new name, someone supposedly even more dangerous than Shane.
Sean, who he was on the phone with, he had called her a bitch quite a few times. She had given the warning to Sean that if he came here, it wasn't going to end well. From what I understand, Sean is a very violent person. And Shane kind of said something to Sean, saying, he's like, you know what, Sean, go ahead and come down here. That then there posed a threat on the household, because Sean wasn't going to come down here and just talk everything out. He would be armed, and he was going to come down here for a fight.
So Shane called Sean as backup. Shane called Sean and he was like, come down here and help me fight these people. I mean, okay. We've all got that one friend that we're like, that would call us for some stupid shit like this. But at the same time, I don't know how much I believe it. Also, what is this cross? It looks insane. I don't know if it looks more normal up close, but this 3 pixels look awful. Is he just driving? Why is he taking a picture of driving? I have so many questions. Is this Shane person real or is this AI?
According to Mike, Sean was a friend of Shane's who was moments away from arriving at the house, armed and ready for a fight. But since Mike had spent 5 hours on the run after the shooting, it's possible Victoria instructed him to tell the police this story and perhaps even to claim self-defense. However, Mike's self-defense argument was far weaker than he realized, and the detectives began pressing him on it.
Why did you immediately go to the gun rather than try to physically stop him? Because there's 2 of you and just 1 of him.
The light wasn't on, and like I said, it's really cluttered in that garage, so I would have ended up falling and stumbling.
Hindsight 2020, is there a way that you would have handled this differently?
Yes, if he hadn't been so stubborn.
Yeah, I mean, but rather with using the weapon.
And that's something I thought about throughout the night while I was driving, is that I probably could have handled that a lot differently, but like I said, he was already getting fairly aggressive with everyone else and pretty loud.
As the officer points out, with multiple men in the home, subduing Shane wasn't just possible, it was the right thing to do. By now, Mike and Victoria's relationship seemed increasingly strange, and the officer realized that...
Oh God, did you see that? See this right here? Yeah, that's a collar. That's a collar. And I'm gonna ask, and you should just leave it in the comments. Which of these people do you think put that collar on her? Which one holds the key to her heart-shaped lock? Literally. Because this dude, I don't think it's him. I think it's him. I have a sneaking suspicion. I've known too many people like this. Too many, okay? Too many people. And these kinds of relationships never work out with people like this because they have no boundaries, no understanding. They don't have the communication skills that it requires. Polyamorous relationships are incredibly hard because you have to be able to communicate with both of your partners openly. And then their partners as well. And you have to be able to have those open lines of communication, but jealousy gets in the way. And so this is crazy. Like, my friend is currently going through a separation from a situation like this. So I can tell you, I've known this relationship style. I've been on both sides, and I can tell you it never works out. I don't mean in the relationship. I mean, been friends with a man in a relationship like this, and with a woman, like a married couple, and they brought in this one and then they brought in that one, and it didn't fix their relationship like they thought that it would, because they didn't have the communication skills that something like this requires. It takes a deep level of empathy, understanding, and being able to communicate. And if these people cannot do that, you are going to fall into the same potholes all the time of jealousy and resentment and hatred. And they already said that this dude didn't like her husband. So clearly something was already brewing. And then they just planned to get rid of this guy. Why did he have to die instead of you just moving on? Just divorce. Clearly he had something she wanted. And they keep saying, they said fortune? She got his fortune? I'm looking at this house. I don't see fortune anywhere. So at the end of the day, was this a pile of trash you call a home worth somebody's life? I don't think so. Personally, absolutely not.
Seemed increasingly strange, and the officer realized this was likely something they would want to push on, and he was right.
So has there been any, like, jealousy squabbles between you and Shane? I mean, have you, like, seen him with Victoria and became jealous?
We've had our moments where, you know, he wasn't really given a choice. Everything had came out that me and Victoria were together and had been together for quite some time and whatnot. She basically told him she was staying with me, and that was that, and he was going to have to deal with it, or...
Okay. So she was cheating first. He didn't like that. He wanted to end it, and he wanted her to end it with this guy. And she said no. So she's already chosen this man over her husband. She's already made it clear where her loyalty lies. So... poor Shane. He just wanted to have his wife and his kid. And his wife had to be a wandering, just trolling the streets for whatever this is. He looks like a leprechaun. I'm just going to call him the leprechaun.
You know, in the relationship.
Just as the officer suspected, jealousy and rage explained Mike's actions far better than self-defense. With their primary suspect now in custody, devastating news arrived from the hospital. Shane had passed away.
I had a feeling he was going to, but man, it just sucks because he is so innocent in all this. I mean, not like innocent. Like, he definitely was, like, drinking, driving. But it's like, a person can only take so much from the people that they love. And he has a life with this woman. He has a child, a home, and they're married. Like, they built an entire life. And this dude just gets to come in and try to take it. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
As Mike prepared to be charged with manslaughter, Victoria believed her brilliant plan had succeeded and that she had outsmarted the police. But little did she know, her arrogance would eventually catch up with her. It's now 1 month after Shane's death, and Victoria is still living in his house, driving his car, and carrying on as if nothing had happened. She frequently visits Mike in jail and writes Facebook posts about how much she misses Shane. It seems that fateful night was behind her, and Victoria was free to live her dream life. But that was until something completely unexpected happened. On November 7th, the detectives received an anonymous tip to check Victoria's Snapchat account. While they weren't expecting much, after all, their primary suspect was already in custody, the investigation was about to be turned upside down. Unbeknownst to the police, Victoria had been...
Some days I just wish he would get in an accident and die or something. Once he's gone, we can get married. I'm gonna keep his house. The fuck is this? And I swear to God, these people are so stupid. So dumb. If you're gonna commit a crime, don't write it down. Don't do that. Don't ever write anything down. It's so stupid. And you are electronic devices hold on to all of that information. Do not, for the love of God, put that shit on the internet or put it in your phone. You need to learn how to keep these thoughts in your head or like write them down and then like literally destroy it. if you can't keep it in. But this is crazy. This is crazy. Like Theo Vaughn said, if I really want to say it, I'll just write it down. Oh my God. Oh. But you couldn't hold this in? You had to get that out so badly? You just sent it over fucking Snapchat? God, I hate Snapchat. I am not a social media person, and Snapchat sucks. It sucks. I'm trying so hard to be more online to do content creation, and it is rough because, Jesus Christ, I am not used to being this contactable. It's a lot. Anyway, let's just jump back in here. I'm so sorry.
Planning Shane's murder for months over Snapchat with Mike. While Mike may have pulled the trigger, the message...
I'd rather it looks like... Oh. It's the only way. It can be done if done right. Once he is gone, we can get married.
Just made it clear that Victoria was the mastermind, with this new evidence showing that Victoria had conspired with Mike and encouraged Shane's murder. The detectives were ready to bring her in. Although Victoria remained arrogant, still convinced her plan was flawless, the police now had enough proof to completely dismantle her.
I'm really confused why it says racist killer realizes cops found her disturbing secret. Is she racist? They haven't shared anything about that. I thought the victim was going to be a person of color. So I'm very confused that this is the title when it's pretty clear that her victim is just her husband. And I don't know. I thought that this was going to be racial, which is why I was kind of worried about covering it. Because I thought that this was going to be like a race crime. And I was like, ugh. Because those are disturbing. And they always kind of make me very upset. And I am not very good at like holding those feelings in. So I was worried I was going to be ranting a lot. So this is a lot better. Jesus, I hate to say that because this is not good. A father died. But I was really worried that this was going to be... I was going to get riled up, you know? Racial issues make me upset. And people thinking they're better than others makes me upset. I'm just confused by the title. Because her husband is clearly not... It just doesn't make any sense. I'm hoping that they'll explain it. Or if it's just... they picked up on some kind of weird undertone. I don't know. But I guess we're going to find out. But let's see.
So, I mean, were there ever times that you and Mike talked about Shane together and that you were both upset with him because of things he was...
Yeah.
What was that about?
Just the way that he was acting and his behaviors at hand, and that if it was going to continue on, that we were going to sit down and sit there and say no more alcohol allowed in the house at all.
Mike had multiple usernames on Snapchat. Do you remember Devil Daddy 13?
That might be one of his.
You ever remember having a conversation with Mike about Shane when he was using that Devil Daddy 13?
Not off the top of my head.
Victoria's voice goes quiet, the question likely sending her mind racing through every conversation she had with Mike. With Victoria scrambling to collect herself, the detectives were about to confront her with every incriminating message they had. But little did they know, Victoria's arrogance would persist, still believing she could walk free without facing the consequences.
So, I want to show you this, and maybe I can jog your memory too, I don't know. This is those snaps between Devil Daddy and Rebel Princess. Everything that I reached between you and Mike, you said some days I just wish you would get in an accident or something. So
I didn't have to deal with this crap.
But let's just read through these, Victoria.
Okay.
So cut your wrist to get caught.
It was supposed to say too much of a risk, your dumb ass would get caught.
So then, Mike responds back to you. It can be done if done right. and it wouldn't be hard to do. And then you responded back to him saying,
Yeah.
not without getting caught or guilt.
And that's where I'm sitting here trying to convince him, like, no, you're not doing this. One, you're going to get caught. Two, you're going to feel hella guilty about shit.
So then, again, like to you, getting caught wouldn't be an issue. Going doesn't carry guilt with me. My person has no hold on me. Mike reports back to you there's a lot of things that could be done to make it look like natural causes based off his depression and all that's going through his head. I've done it with my dad before, not enough to kill him, but enough to get a point across and make a difference. To the point, and if he dies, he can't defend himself. We can all say he's been acting hella different. The right story by everyone can dismiss it all, and then you say, I'd rather it look an accident. It's the only way. I'm going to keep house.
Oh my God. And he said he did it to his dad? What the fuck? This is disturbing. These people are fucked up monsters. Oh my God. Anyway, holy fuck. What? What? I hate this. I hate all of this. Okay? I just want to make that very clear. I hate this. Anyway. So, they were just planning this just on Snapchat. You think because the messages disappear that they're not encrypted? Because they are. They are. Chris D'Elia learned that one the hard fucking way, didn't he?
We are sitting here, and I only want one thing from you, and one thing only. I want the truth.
You didn't even expect us to have those.
Needless to say, Victoria indeed wasn't expecting this. Corporal Cox has just revealed a conversation from 2 weeks before Shane's murder in which Victoria explicitly expresses her wish for his death. Her intent is clear as day. I'd rather it look like an accident. It's the only way. Other messages, such as touch your wrist to get caught, reveal the meticulous planning that went into Shane's murder. Victoria is naive enough to try and explain the messages away, even claiming that she was actually trying to dissuade Mike from shooting Shane. But despite the overwhelming evidence, Victoria still had a plan to slip out of this predicament.
Victoria, I can tell things are weighing heavy on your mind.
There was a lot of abuse with me and Shane, but that doesn't mean that I ever wanted to lose. Under no circumstances did we plan for this to happen. What went through Mike's head that night that it went all down, I don't know. Shane gets to drinking, he gets violent, and he gets terrifying. Now I know it's conversation, but at the tail end of that relationship with Shane, it did feel like I was trapped. That night it just went way too far.
Shane gets shot, he falls down. Who helps him? Anybody try to stop his bleeding?
No, I can't handle blood, and he wouldn't let me touch him anyways. All he did was grunt and make weird noises.
You can't explain that, Victoria. This is the time to tell the truth.
I am. This wasn't planned. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Except you're talking about murdering your husband with your lover. We're making this right for Shane. Shane's the victim here.
And I understand that, but I didn't plan my husband's murder.
How often have you talked about killing someone?
I didn't plan. Girl, we just heard you and him planning it, like step by step. What do you mean I didn't plan it? We just heard the messages. You definitely did. Okay, you're just gonna have to like miss me with that bullshit because no, you definitely did plan it. Shut up.
Oh, Lord.
No, seriously. How often have you had these conversations with people?
You're telling me that you're a perfect person and you've never done a single wrong thing in your life?
No.
I have
Or
never,
made a wrong
I have never
conversation?
talked about.
Okay, but you've never sat there and made a wrong retort.
Remember what I told you Shane was that morning?
Yeah.
You remember when you said back to me?
No.
And you actually said to me you were worried about losing your house. Your husband just died. I told you that. Do you think those things planted the seed in Mike?
And it might have. So planting the seed in there, possibly. I very well might have without even intending to do so. 90% of that, yes, was smart out of the mark.
I'm telling you, and I know the economy is bad and it's hard to afford a house. You think I don't want a house? You think I wouldn't want a house? But this is murdering somebody is not the way to get to hold on to a house. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. This is not the way to go about it.
That's disgusting.
I'll tell you this right now, absolutely no. What I have for you is an arrest warrant signed by the 5th District Court Judge.
Seriously?
Seriously. You are being placed under arrest right now.
I did not kill my husband, and that will come up, and I will sit there and make sure of it. You guys are making a huge mistake.
Victoria finally admits to planting the idea of murdering Shane in Mike's head. Unbeknownst to her, Corporal Cox has masterfully coaxed her into confessing and sealing the fate of her secret lover. Months after the murder, Victoria was finally arrested and escorted to Beaver County Jail, the same facility where her lover was being held. Mike Miller pled down from murder to manslaughter and received a sentence of 8 years to life. Victoria Worth was convicted of criminal solicitation and conspiracy to commit aggravated murder and sentenced to 3 years to life in prison.
What are you thinking about?
Wow. I don't know why it went on immediately. Sorry. But, oh my God. Like, this is insane. Absolutely insane. And then was like, they only got like 8 years? 3 years? This doesn't seem fair. This was all insane. This was all terrifying. And I think that's gonna be it for me today, because oh my God. But listen, like and subscribe and tell me down below what you thought of this case, because this is wild. I have so many more to cover, so there's going to be a lot more videos, I promise. Alright, thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day.